Whoopsies. It's my fault, guys. I forgot to bring Halls into the office, so I had to do a last minute go find my bag of Halls. And it's like, it's a bag of Halls. Like, it's not like the two, it's like a bag of Halls.
Oh,
so you think I'd be able to find it? No, of course not.
You put it in a safe place.
I put it on the kitchen table with a white tablecloth, and it's a yellow bag of Halls. It's not enough contrast.
Oh, why'd you go and do that? Why would you hide it from yourself like that?
Because I need it in the kitchen in the morning when I make my first cup of hot water. So the Halls goes in the hot water. And if it's not right in the kitchen first thing in the morning, it's not going to happen. It's too far away.
Guys, we made it.
We made it. Hello, everyone in chat who's been very patiently waiting for us. I'm sorry.
Hello to Melanie, Jude, Lisa, Asa, Jess, Knitting Purple, Lindsay, Linda, Tracy, and Ashton. We have so many people in here today.
Excellent. That's exciting. We'll do right off the top PSA announcement. I am recovering from a case of the tiny chicken plague. That I had a head cold, guys. It's bad. It's a head cold chest infection situation. I am medicated. I am doing better. And now we just get to wait to see when my lungs would like to stop being mad at me.
Your
could be 48 hours. Could be May. You just don't know.
God, I hope it's not May.
I did the thing you're supposed to do, and that's when the stuff that is gross that comes out of your head is funny colored. You go to the doctor. So that's what I did.
Good.
It's not pneumonia, and it's not COVID. It's just a classic sinus chest infection, which isn't, the scariest thing on the planet, but it was on a very expensive Saturday for me to get medicated. It's fine. It's fine. And it's better. And I don't feel like a walking zombie anymore. So I am vastly improved over Friday when I did the check-in with Louise, where I was just this side of human. Now I'm comfortably almost productive human. Like, we're full on teenager stage. We're like, I could be productive, but it's not. Today is not looking good. So, like, some stuff will get done, but not enough. Not enough. It's fine.
You need rest.
I should be adult.
That is the most important thing. Do not
I'm not
feel
entirely
bad about
sure.
Resting.
I need to stare at the wall like my cat does. I feel like that's probably not as great, but that's fine. I've been listening to a lot of radio, adding books to the to-read pile.
Yeah.
Twitch streams, podcasts. I've just been kind of lounging to my very best lounging effects. I must be getting better because my cat is no longer glued to my side.
Oh, good.
She will now sleep in other rooms.
You have the cat health stamp of approval?
I do, for the moment, anyway. Until she wakes up and realizes I'm not in bed, anyway. Fine. It's fine. I've begun the clean everything process, because of course now I've been convalescing for days. So now you have to wash the sheet and bleach the bed and wash the towels and wipe off all the walls and do the doorknobs,
disinfect everything.
Bleach your interior space to the extreme, which is something you should be doing anyway. So I'm like, cool beans. But again, motivation like a teenager. So I do like 3 doorknobs and then I'm done.
As long as they eventually all get done, that's fine.
And yes, the cough is better. I don't know what's going to believe me on that. That's
yes,
fine.
I already comment on the, that's better. Oh, okay.
That's better. And I splurged, and I bought myself bubbles. And they're caffeinated, and I don't care. I don't have enough energy to have a panic attack today. I should be fine.
Here's hoping. So I hope everybody else is having a healthy sort of week. I know a lot of people have been sick recently.
It's the time of year, right? It's just, it is what it is, but woof, you always feel bad about it. So good.
So you have bubbles. I have my customary cappuccino, latte, whatever.
I have bubbles. I'm so happy. And I got ice cream so I could have bubbles and ice cream.
Ooh.
I know, I was very smart. I got all of the comfort foods. No, more specifically,
Good.
just open up the freezer and went, oh, right, I have ice cream. That's the thing I did for myself. Excellent. Good one. I'm not going to use the lemon lime flavored ice cream in my freezer. That would be something else. Oh.
Very awkward. Just put a stitch. Right. That was not going to fly.
That's not going to work. Shall we do a podcast?
Let's do a podcast.
Do you a podcast?
Sometimes.
I've added 2 new podcasts to my list in the last 72 hours. All right. Let's see if I can get through an intro. Oh my God, what's our episode number?
Oh, 396, I think.
Okay.
Does that sound right? I think that sounds right.
I know the first Sunday in December we're 400.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
396. I just checked.
Okay, good. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're 2 friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
It's episode 396, and while I recover from an infestation of the tiny chicken plague, the problem is I talk to the mysterious Mr. B all the time. So he's like, how you feel? And I'm like, something Winston Churchill quote about the war. Then he spent the rest of the day responding with Winston Churchill, like, war reference quotes, referring to my body. So we will fight them in the pancreas. We will fight them in the liver. So now when I say I'm recovering, all I can think of is very badly mangled Winston Churchill quotes. The things that amuse me are not normal. It's fine. That's whatever you need to do to bring joy. I hope your guys' first few days of November are going well. I hope your Halloween went great, because that's important. It's a fun time of year. It's technically the new year for those of us who follow the wheel of the Wiccan belief cycle. My New Year's is actually Halloween. Saham. All Hallows Eve, whichever word you wish to use to describe the 31st and the thinning of the veils. So I'm technically into New Year mode, which is funny because I do New Year stuff with everybody else in January. So
just do
my
it
life
twice.
Gets interesting. I technically do it twice. Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind. And we've got some changes. Oh my God. We have changes. We've got a new challenge, and because I had to feed the cat. We had to dehydrate before we started this. We're going to finish brainstorming a title for the new challenge live with everybody, because of course we are. This is how we do things.
Obviously.
Right? Ad hoc and off the cuff. I think she's working on a sock and ignoring me, people.
I'm very confused why I need increases in some places and not other places, which means I mangled a row at some point and only increased in some spots, and I'm very confused.
Oh dear, that's not a good sign at all.
No,
all right,
it'll be all right.
I'll go through the admin stuff as quick as I can, and then we'll talk about knitting projects.
I'm gonna count.
Okay. Guys, as always, we love you. If you're able to like, comment, or subscribe, we super appreciate it. It helps grow our community, especially for lives and the such, as it were. We are wrapping up the year, so we've got our last of the seasonal craft-alongs occurring. It is the Fall Equinox craft-along. It will run till the winter solstice, which is the 21st of December this year. We have the Librarian knit-along, crochet along, make along, also occurring this year, and we finally picked an arbitrary end date for that to be the end of December 2024, since we started it literally December last year. That is any sort of garment that fits your design parameters of book-themed, librarian-themed, or bookish-named yarn. A very wide, broad category of subjects.
Yeah, I should probably pick that up again.
Probably a good idea, because I may have been making fun of both of us about that in the program schedule release I dropped the other day. The changes to the Patreon, we both do. The Patreon tier changes have occurred, so when you go look at Patreon, everything has been updated, and while OG members will enjoy regular prices this month and go up to new prices next month, as of yesterday, the day before. Well, pretend I was healthy. As of the 1st of November, we've moved to the new tier program. So you get to experience the new tier programs for 30 days if you're an OG member. I don't think I have a ton else on the admin. Oh, we're changing a thing. We're changing a thing. So we've been doing the secret craft offing. That sounded dirty. But we're not getting the results we want from that. So we're gonna set that on a shelf in a jar in some wonderful formaldehyde so it's well preserved. And we're gonna try something different.
Immediately preserve it in formaldehyde. That seems macabre.
Aggressive?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Sure, but like what else would we preserve it in? Like if we put it in some sort of gel, then we gotta melt the gel. I don't think I want to do that. But formaldehyde, we can just pour it out and then rinse. It's not a brain, it's a secret crafting project. Title. I feel like
you're putting way too much thought into this.
Wrestling Glee. Chicken brain. Chicken plague brain.
Brain. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we're putting Craft Off on a shelf and we're doing something new. Because the point of Craft Off was to finish things, and at least half the time we're not even touching the thing.
It's not
Plus
working.
Then it's also
working.
difficult to have secret crafting instead of public crafting to make content on, and then Justin's got like 2 secret craftings. So
and advent and design work.
Formaldehyde optional.
To be formaldehyde optional. You do you. But it was getting to be a bit much, and Diana threw an excellent couple of ideas in our personal brain dump thread that we share. That's where we stick all the ideas so we can go find things later. And I was like, oh no, I really like that idea. And so we started talking about it, and we really like the idea so much that as of today, that's what we're going to be moving into instead of doing the secret crafting.
I didn't realize it was that good of an idea. I thought it was like, maybe we'll do this in like the new year. But no, apparently it's a really good idea, and we're doing it now.
It's a really good idea. Let's do it now. Why put off torturing you when I can torture you immediately and myself?
Yeah, fair.
I am a fan of causing us to go, what in the world did we just sign up for? Big fan. Okay. I have 3 projects. I've been sick. There's not a lot of progress on any single one of them.
I've made a lot of progress on one thing, and not a lot of progress on anything else.
With Too Hot to Handle is almost too in-depth for me right now.
Sorry, Too Hot to Handle is too in-depth.
I've been struggling to follow reality television love programs. Most of the week, I have not done a lot of progress.
Tells me so much about your mental state.
There's no space for mental state. It's just tiny chickens everywhere.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20,
I woke up today and I was able to mentally engage with a CBC program this morning. We are so on the mend now.
6, 2,
Hence why I'm not even remotely worried.
12, 16, 18, 20,
you know, it's bad when your guilty pleasure TV is all you can manage.
Hang on. I might have done these socks massively incorrectly.
Oh, you might be ripping socks?
I'll talk about the toe of these socks.
I am not ripping out the toe of these socks.
You go ahead. I'm going to count the other side of these stitches, these socks, because I might be really off. 4, 6, 8, 12, 13, 16, 18,
I successfully wound a ball of yarn. We're all very proud of me.
They are even.
We're good? Okay. This is Ginger Snap, that yarn in the colorway Peppermint Snap. See, I've got brain cells, I swear. It came in a sock set, and I wound it up, and I cast it on after the 1st of November because this month is Louise's Sock Month Challenge on Wildflower Wool's channel. I have a mini over here somewhere. I'm trying to find it desperately. Here's the mini. I have obviously not wound the mini. I made a decision about the mini. So this is the mini that comes with the sock set. But this green is the perfect ghosty glow slimy green.
Oh.
And I'm redecorating the Christmas tree this year. Like full on the moment I've got the strength for it, because it's a 7-foot tall metallic Christmas tree. Like you need a little bit of upper body strength to put the tree together. The tree is going up so I can start putting decorations on it that are Halloween themed. So this is going to make an amazing ornament for my tree. So not for my socks, but for my Christmas tree. Could make a couple things. It depends on what I end up doing. Maybe I end up making a ghost, or I end up using it for like eyeball glow colors. Like I don't know yet, but that's a perfect for that project. So I cast it on a toe, and then I had D&D last night. That was fun, by the way. I have half a brain because tiny chicken plague, and then the other adult lady at the table, because we've got 2 teenage girls that play with us, has pneumonia. So neither me or her were doing great yesterday. We're like, oh god, it should not be this hard to play characters right now. But I did make some progress. I'm done a toe, and I'm on to the foot of my first sock for the Christmas sock challenge this month. Louise would be super proud of me. Look at how much knitting I got done.
That's a whole toe.
Well, I'm past the toe. I'm onto the foot now. Because I do like the little triangle toes. Like I do the little box triangle toe thing, because that's the kind of toe I really like. But I am definitely onto the foot of the sock. There's no more increasing or decreasing. I have the right number of stitches. So now I have to make 10 inches a foot. Oh god, 10 inches a foot. But I'm working on it. I'm doing, again, no brains. So I'm doing Kevlar socks. So it's just my standard 30 plus stitches over 4 inches. I think it's like 30. It's an obscene number of stitches over 4 inches on a 2.25 millimeter needle. And I am loving how this colorway is working out, because you've got the reds, and then you've got the creamy whites, and then every once in a while there's just this little hint of green. Just a little hint. Just occasionally, oh, hello, that's green. So I'm very excited. And this is knitting up so nice. I am so excited. I may braid my hair because I'm warm. I'm so excited by this. So that is the most amount of progress. I hope you guys enjoy it, because this is the most progress I did on anything this week. And most of that actually happened this morning. So that's how it works. But I have started, because I liked the November Christmas sock challenge idea, so I wanted to participate. So I'm gonna.
Lindsay's asking, is that a fireweed colorway?
It's not. It's Ginger Snap That. It's a Ginger Snap That Christmas yarn colorway. I have Fireweed Fiber Co. Christmas colored yarn, but the Fireweed Fiber Co. shelf needs more space. So like right now, contents are under pressure up there. So like I'm afraid if I pull a ball of yarn out, like it's going to attack me aggressively. So I went into the other shelf where I have fingering weight yarns that aren't Erin's her own shelf. Erin is her own shelf, as she should be. I love Erin's yarn. But I found some Ginger Snap That, and I love Ginger Snap That's yarn too. So I was like, perfect. We'll do a pair of socks and Ginger Snap That. I have some Ancient Art yarn too. Like that's like fall in a ball. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. But this is a sock set, and I'm going to actually make socks with my sock set. I know. Crazy.
Weird. Who are you?
Who am I? What have we done with Jocelyn? Why must I shed so much air?
Don't know.
There's no filter, guys. Go ahead and ask questions. Today, I'm not sure I could stop myself from answering. just a problem. I'm a problem. Okay. I've done one project.
I genuinely only have one thing that is not craft off, because I just focused on that this week. Okay. So I only have the one thing that isn't craft off.
In which case, I'll go again because I puttered. We did the check-in with Louise. I did not finish my linen top. I did four rows of 4 rounds, still in the round. And I split for my V-neck in the front, because I'm making a V-neck t-shirt. It's bottom up, so the sleeves are attached. My, dear God, why can I not count? Stitches have been fixed. So I did a couple of rows in the round where I did some decreases where in the back where I had like 3 or 4 too many stitches, and I added the extra stitches back up front where I needed them to be, so everything sits better for the zhuzhing. And I did that, and then I was going to work on it after the check-in, but I have finally dropped some stitches. Linen is very slippery. I am shocked that I knit 2 elbow-length sleeves and a whole body, connected it, and this is the first time I've dropped 2 or 3 stitches.
That's impressive.
That's really good for me, so like I'm very excited. However, it means I bundled it up real nice and tight, and then I wrapped the yarn around it, and I set it aside for when I'm healthy enough to take it to Erin, because it's a dark charcoal blue, so I can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've dropped the stitches, and they're slippery little mofos because of the linen, so I do not want them to run.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to pick them up badly because they are on the front at the top of my yoke, so very noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's happening somewhere in the body, so like whatever, if one stitch is kind of out, nobody's going to tell, and if they can, wow, they should have bought you dinner first. So I'm like, no, I'm going to call in a professional for this. And I just set it aside. So for the moment, it is set aside. And it's not in a safe location. It is in a top of the bookcase, so they can't get at it location. But Erin will spot it and ask me why it's there. This is how stuff gets fixed here. It has to be out somewhere visible for somebody else to remember I needed something done. So that'll happen. So hopefully sometime in the next week or so, I can get those 3 or 4 stitches picked up. And then I can finish that freaking yoke and be done that t-shirt, because I would really like to wear it, you know?
Yeah.
However, we're in the oh my god, I need eyeballs help bin. I should make a bin that says oh my god, I need eyeballs on. Just start putting things in the bin. That'd be too obvious. No,
I want to see like a plastic bin with like a label maker label. OMG, I need eyeballs.
OMG, I need eyeballs. Do not tempt me and my mother. It will happen.
Extra points if it's like the embossed kind of label maker too.
Oh god, I've got to know somebody who owns an embossed label maker. I've got to know somebody who owns an embossed label maker. Oh, that might actually happen. Okay. There's my check-in knitting with Louise. We opted. Everybody voted for me to work on my mom's Christmas again. As
with
the
2 big eyeball
crafting.
stickers, says Tracy.
2. Oh my god, I need googly eyes, not eyeball stickers. We need the full-on sticky googly eyeballs.
Like the dinner plate-sized googly eyes.
Yeah, like the big ones. Oh, this is just going to get out of hand real fast, isn't it? Okay. What was I talking about? My mom's Christmas cardigan. So it's a crochet cardigan. It's actually the DK weight version. My mom already knows she's getting this. It's the DK weight version of my everyday favorite cardigan, because I wanted a lighter version. And I owe my mom some garments because I should make more things for my mommy. So I'm going to make her one of those. And that is my secret crafting for the month with Louise. So I have 2 more things. So you should go and then I can go.
Lindsay says, I have a Cricut machine. I can make this happen.
Oh my god. We just get a package in the mail. Mr. B is like, what's that? I'm like, oh my god, it's my label for my bin. I already think some very weird, so it's probably not going to be a problem.
Nah, I think he knows you're kind of weird.
What other man just looks at me when I'm bouncing around on my feet at Comic-Con and goes, yes, we'll go get you donuts, because I could smell donuts when I wanted donuts. I'm 4.
Yeah.
I'm 4. I was so happy to just sit down and eat my donuts and drink my lemonade. He got a beer and he ate some of my donuts, which was totally fine because he paid for them, so I don't care. I didn't need a whole bag of donuts at that point, but I was just happy to sit and eat my donuts like a small child bouncing in my chair. Are we sure I'm 41? Like, I know the math says I'm 41, but I don't think it's accurate.
Yeah, I feel that sometimes.
It's accurate. You should go. I am not eating a Halls till I'm done my pop, because those will not taste good together.
Ooh, no, those will not.
No, that's a bad idea.
I am 2 rounds from being done the toe of my sock. My exceptionally bright Sea Panda yarn sock.
Number 2.
Sock number 2, yes. Sock number 1 is done. So I've begun sock number 2.
Oh,
maybe
that's so
the camera
exciting.
will focus on these, maybe they won't.
Nah.
So yeah, I'm 2 rows away from doing that. And I guess this yarn is now unavailable. Because she closed.
This store's closed.
But it is Sea Panda Yarn Supernova.
I was eyeballing the skein I have from Sea Panda Yarns, and I'm like, oh, I should do something fun with that one skein I've got. I just don't know what yet.
It looks yellow on camera, but it's even more orangey in person.
It's
like an
more orangey
yellow.
in person. Yeah.
So
that yellow
bright.
on camera, it comes off like really yellow. It's more orange yellow in person. They're still bright AF.
The other colors are pretty accurate, but yeah, the yellow's a little more orangey in person.
Okay.
Anyway, that's where that's at. So I'm going to get into the body of a sock today.
Good.
This just lives on my desk. It's the meeting sock. The sock I work on during meetings.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best type of stuff. When you need something, you want something to keep your hands busy, but you need to be able to autopilot it.
Yeah.
Bodies of sweaters, socks.
Ooh, knitting
vanilla
socks.
Need
big neon green googly eyes.
Oh my god. There's no way I can't find those. This is so going to be a thing.
Yarn shopping for slippers?
Oh, heck yeah. Have fun.
Enjoy.
Oh, I learned something dangerous this week. Knit picks, which both you and I enjoy, but doesn't have like a ton of stuff that we would want to order from because we pay more because we're Canadian to get it here, right? Is now carrying Barocco.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which I know for me is a place where I get a lot of my nice staple commercial sweater yarns for my everyday stuff. And I know you're looking for neutrals for things to go for some of the colors and stuff that you have. And Barocco do great solid colors. So I'm like, that's dangerous info. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So the last thing you and I need to do is get onto Knit Picks and order more fun colored yarn to go with a whole bunch of fun colored yarn we don't know what to do with right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem. Should we talk about the stuff where it's like I did a token amount of progress on?
Go for it, because yeah, literally all I have is the craft off.
I knit 2 rounds on my sweater.
Ooh, two whole rounds.
2 whole rounds, and then I got sick. Nothing's happened since Monday. Whatever, it counts, guys.
It does count.
I really wanted to be splitted for sleeves this week. I wanted to hold this up and go, look, I split for sleeves. I have not split for sleeves. I'm nowhere near close to splitting for sleeves. I'm still doing the first set of raglan increases. Complete pipe dream in my brain pan. But it was my pipe dream and I had it. This is my Wood Woes. This is my second Wood Woes. And it is being made out of some amazing Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co yarn. And this is her I Am the Borg colorway. Just look at how that's working up.
That is fantastic.
Such Borg ship vibes. Oh, I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy with this. It's not even funny. I'm so stoked. So stoked. Past me was a freaking genius for just getting a sweater like this. Absolute genius. All right. So the theory is at some point I split for sleeves. I would really like it to have been this week. I really would have liked it to have been like weeks ago, but whatever. We had a Stephen West MCAL. Other things were happening. It's fine. I will keep puttering once I'm able to remember if I'm on an increase row or a knit plain row. My brain's not quite there. We're never quite there yet. So for the moment, no. I have enough brain power for a sock. That's it. Just a sock, nothing else. I suppose if you've only got craft off, I have to talk about the other thing I did exactly 2 rows on.
Indeed you do.
My Stephen West Go Dynamo shawl. It's not a secret. If you are spoiled by Clue 2, I cannot help you at this point. The shawl's finished and the MCAL's over. I'm out. Like I don't know, guys. I didn't even technically finish 2 rows because I am working on a row. I'm all wound up. It's great. I'm doing the very last section of row 2. It's another bubble section, but I am done all of my eyelet laces because I did eyelet instead of brioche. I did eyelet laces instead of brioche, and I opted to not do the bubble stitch because I did not want to drop yarn. And then again, obviously have to wait till Erin was free to come help me. every time I ran into the bubble section. So I'm just doing the plain stockinette stripes. But I'm at some sort of obscene number of stitches on my needles, as you can tell.
Yeah,
These
that's a
rows
lot
are
of
long.
stitches.
I think I'm almost at 400 stitches a row right now.
Ooh.
It's got a lot of stitches.
Oh,
It's
that
just
hurts.
time. I just need to put into it. I haven't had the ability to listen to the radio and knit at the same time what it is. So that returns, I suspect I'll be making. So I do want to get this finished. I'd like to get it finished, but by the end, I'm definitely behind on the MCal. And I'm going to blame the combination of starting like a week late and then falling. So there we go. There's my very adult excuses. But
I
look at
figure
this
that
yarn.
gives you at least 2 more weeks to finish.
I think so too. I mean, I'm not sure I'm going to do 2 clues in 2 weeks plus everything else I'm doing, but it's a problem for future Joss. So I'm just, she can deal with it. I don't want to. I'm so close to needing to wind the second ball of yarn. Like, I've got such tiny, tiny balls of yarn going on now. Oh no, I'm stuck around my zipper. That's my problem. I've got to sound so whiny when I talk right now because my voice is awful. Oh my god. I swear I feel better, guys. But I have like that much left of both of my first gains of yarn. So
like
my
nothing.
solid color, it's like nothing. My solid color is Pinot Noir and tweed fingering, and the colorway 29. Though this one is her discontinued sparkle base. Though good news is you can still save 10% off if you want to buy some stuff from Erin. When you order from her, just use the code NorthernKnits10. Look at me being all professional podcasting and sliding in that ad stuff. That was almost smooth.
Way to be so smooth and then point out just how smooth it was.
Again, I'm going to be absolutely awkward at all times. Goal in life is to get older, weirder, and hotter. That's the plan, folks. And I'm just not sure if by hotter I mean like internally or externally.
Why not both?
I don't know. I don't know if my body's decided which way we're going down yet. Oh my god. Okay. Ugh. Like a new nose, nasal cavity, and lungs. Please. That's it. We just have secret craft offing if that's all you have left.
Indeed. Well, in the spirit of it was MCal season, my choice was my sparkly Stephen West MCal from a couple years ago, the Twists and Turns.
Did you even get like half the progress I did?
I believe my goal was to finish Clue 1.
Uh-huh.
And I am 1 repeat away from finishing Clue 1.
Heck yeah, you made progress. That's amazing.
I did. I did not think to put in a progress keeper, which is very foolish because this just looks the same as it did.
Well, that's the downside with Stephen West, right?
I know. I was just like,
God,
but I swear
good.
I made progress. I made so much progress. I am 1
Which one's
repeat away from finishing Clue 1. This is the Twists and Turns.
Twists and Turns.
Twists and Turns. It's the one that starts with the little little loopies that you make into like a knit stitch texture.
Oh, the Latvian braids?
I don't know what they're called, but the ones that you sort of like pull up and knit. And it's so sparkly. I did the whole thing.
Looks so good.
The whole thing's in the discontinued sparkle base. And I love it. I don't know if I will ever wear this. This might ultimately end up being a gift for my niece.
That's totally fair.
But I am enjoying the heck out of making this. It has been so much fun.
That or it's something you take for Pride Parade, you know?
Maybe, if it's not too hot. It would be a very good Pride shawl.
It would be an amazing Pride shawl.
It might be very bright.
I'm sorry, is there too bright at Pride Parade?
Sorry, too bright, too warm.
Okay.
That's the word I meant, not bright. There's no such thing as too bright at Pride.
Too bright at Pride Parade. That's not a thing. That is not a thing. There's also can never be too many sparkles.
No, there is no such thing as too bright or too sparkly.
Too much sparkly, it just doesn't exist. I could see the too warm argument, but again, you never know, right? Because like weather does what weather does.
Yeah,
God only knows what's going to happen day of.
Like,
could be anything.
It could be 5 above. It could be 35 above. Who knows?
Yeah, you just don't know.
So I very nearly succeeded.
Oh my god, it's the 3rd of November. I have to wish my niece happy birthday and my parents a happy anniversary today. God.
Did I say happy birthday and happy anniversary respectively?
Okay. She's 18 as of today.
What? She's a whole adult.
She's a whole adult as of today.
Nope, she's still 12.
You refuse to let her grow up? I'll let her know.
I refuse
I say
to
happy level up
acknowledge.
day.
I refuse to acknowledge.
Auntie Diana says she's not allowed to be any older than 12. That's it. That's the line.
Yeah.
She'll just laugh and go, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Old people
As
are
she
weird. As you should. Because old people are weird.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. My God, I want to be done this.
I super don't remember. This says, wow, she's 19. When did that happen? 18. You said 18, right? 18.
18, yes. I don't know.
I mean, today, I guess.
I don't know. Today. I remember her birth. I remember strategically planning my arrival and departure times to match with her nap cycles so that her great-grandmother never got a picture of the pair of us together for the first year of life. Point of pride for me. Kid helped out a lot with that. Poor grandma.
I don't know what I got in my eye, but both my eyes are watering. It's very annoying.
Well, I know why mine are. I'm
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like they were fine before. Maybe I'm just like sympathetically having symptoms.
You know, I enjoy your capacity for sympathy about this because it is quite gross. It's quite gross. Just unfun. I know people are like, I'm sick. I'm like, God, that sucks because I feel you. Just being sick blows. It's just not cool. All right. I don't even remember what my craft off project was, so I obviously didn't touch it. Don't even remember what it was.
Cool. Yeah, I tried to go back and find out what it was, but because you were traveling when we did our last live episode, you didn't have the stuff with you. And
yeah,
so
I don't
short
remember.
Of
I didn't put it. Just link to it
for like half an hour. I didn't.
I didn't. Find it. I was like, I don't know. I should go look, and I should have gone look. I had a whole month to go look, and I did not. So, internet, if you remember what my craft off project was for you, because I sure as fudge did not. That's yeah. So when I saw that brain dump idea, I'm like, we're not doing the craft offs. Like, we're so rarely picking these things up.
Yeah.
So and making so little progress. We should explain our
new idea.
We should explain the new idea because I'm liking the high drama of the new idea, and I like the hard no budge.
I have a side note about an acquisition.
If you don't. Oh, your yip ball. My God, that thing's cute. This
yarn ball is so absolutely delightful.
Oh my God.
It's one of the yip aliens from Sesame Street.
Mm-hmm.
Yip.
Yeah.
Oh, it sits on my desk and the eyeballs are like just below my monitor height too, so it just like tucks in perfectly on my desk, and I love it so much.
It's so freaking
bought
cute.
Me a present, and I'm so happy.
It's so cute. It's
it was
distressing.
Worth every penny.
It's distressing how cute that thing is.
This is the large size. It comes in a variety of colors. If you would like your own yip yarn ball.
Yip ball? Yeah.
It's from Huron Shores Pottery in Elora, Ontario.
So freaking cute. Not for me, but I'm seriously contemplating a second skull ball. I'm seriously contemplating a second skull yarn bowl because I really like my first one a lot.
That is bringing me joy. That's also why I was in Elora taking pictures of 12-foot Jack Skellingtons for you.
Oh, is that where that came from? All I know is I opened up Discord and I'm like, Jack!
It was like 12 feet tall. Or maybe 14. It was really tall, is my point. It was at least twice as tall as me.
Big Jack.
The whole main street is done up with all kinds of monstery things because this town apparently does Monster Month. Like this town does Halloween, like capital H Halloween.
Good.
So
I'm just saying, next year we're going to Ireland for Halloween. I don't know how I'm going to afford it. I'll figure that out later. Did you check it out?
No, I did not.
Ireland does Halloween the correct way.
Is this like a month-long celebration?
They shut down swaths of cities to celebrate.
Ooh,
There's,
okay.
yeah, like it's a big, we need to go drinking and partying in Ireland at Halloween. And I'm not a drinker and I'll have a beer.
Okay.
This needs to happen. Like just all the pictures I've seen and all the events and stuff that go on, I'm like, I want to go.
All right.
In my sad, sick
I'll look
voice,
into
I want
this.
to go. I want to go.
I want to go
And then
party.
I want to go party with my sick
Want to go
child voice.
party. Want to go party with the cute Irish boys.
I don't even care about that. I want to go see the monsters and hear the fairy tales and do yarn shopping in Ireland while simultaneously celebrating Halloween.
Yeah, okay, that does sound pretty great.
How does that not sound good? Now, if there happens to be some very cute Irishmen to look at while I'm there, bonus. I'm not dead. I'll take it. I mean, we may have to get a selfie of the two of us sitting in an Irish pub drinking a whiskey for Mom, but I feel like that's not a sacrifice on your part.
No.
No. No. It's fine. No, it's a very rich cultural history, and they do all out for the Halloween celebrations. So I'm just like, I want to go. Also, castles and history and fairy tales and myths and pretty landscapes. So it just has all of the Jocelyn and Diana thing. All of the Jocelyn and Diana thing.
Yep.
Plus, Ireland's close enough. We might be able to convince Asa to get on an airplane.
Ooh, in fact, Asa says, I'll meet you there.
Yeah. Because we're still doing the bulk of the traveling. The biggest problem isn't going to Ireland, it's getting me on an airplane, people.
Yeah, that's a production.
Getting Diana to the airport is Diana's stress period. Once we hit the airport, I stress the F out and Diana calms down.
Yeah, yeah. My anxiety is before the airport is about getting to the airport and through security on time. And then I calm right down. I'm perfectly zen after that.
I just start winding up.
And that's when Jocelyn starts going. So between the two of us, we're a whole functioning human.
So long as I deal with everything before we get to the airport and she deals with everything after we get to the airport, we're fine. We can travel as a pair, no problem.
Anyway, we super digressed. We were going to explain our new thing that is not the craft off.
You should explain the new thing that's not the craft off. I'm going to pull up the name suggestions from the mysterious Mr. B.
Okay. So my notion was, the whole point of the craft off was to actually finish things, and half the time we're not even touching the things. So how about instead we do like a monogamous project challenge, wherein we could still get people to vote on a couple of projects, but for the entire month, we will declare our goal, our intentions for how much progress we want to make on this project. And we can only work on that one project until either that goal is met, or, my goodness, Discord is suddenly very active and I need to mute that.
Okay.
I don't think it's getting picked up on stream, but I can hear it and it's very distracting. We can only work on that one project until we either meet the goal or we decide we hate it and frog the project.
So I responded to that with, that's a very good idea, but a month is too long to wait for that to be the only project we work on. Because if we're not going to work on it and we're not letting ourselves work on it, we have no content.
This is true.
Also, it means I'm not knitting, which is not okay with me. Must craft. So I replied with how about weekly? We set ourselves a weekly goal. And if we set the project aside and we choose not to work on it, no matter what validating excuse we give ourselves to make our egos feel better, that project goes. So if we don't make that minimum, whatever minimum it is we've decided is going to be for that particular project, because obviously if I'm doing something with 400 stitches around, I'll be happier with less inch progress than I would be with something that has 50 stitches around. If that makes sense. That means I could also pick a project up and put a project down so long as I make that minimum on that one thing I want to be working on. I'm not tied to it for 30 days. I can barely be monogamous for 2 weeks. We've seen me. I make it to the end of that 2-week sweater challenge, but just. I know I couldn't do longer than 2 days. So I was like, okay, I think this is a great idea. We need a name for it, because obviously we need a name for it. And we need to tailor it so it fits us. And we need to make sure that we're still crafting, because that's what we enjoy doing. So we bounce things back and forth on Discord, like we do, amongst, I think, 4 different threads at this point. Because, of course, we can't have a conversation in one thread. It has to be everywhere. It's how things get lost, people.
I think I fixed the Discord pings. I'm so sorry. I really thought those were not getting picked up on stream.
Oh, were they? I didn't hear them, but I'm sending sound, and then you're sending sound out, so I don't know what they're hearing. Yeah.
I was really hoping that the Discord audio channel was only picking up you, but apparently it was also picking up the pings.
One of your threads is going nut bars, is it?
Apparently. I don't know which one, so I've muted them all.
No, that's fine. You can turn them off mute when we're done. That's what I do. So...
Knitting Purple says Project Jeopardy.
It's going to be Jeopardy because I'm putting my foot down. If you do not meet, and I do not meet, our minimum agreed to progress per project within a 7-day period, we rip. No ifs, no ands, no buts, no excuses. Because if we didn't want to rip it, we would have worked on it. Because neither you or I are that bad at gauging how much time we have. We get distracted. We choose to spend our time in other places. I will willingly fall down a dark romance hole for like 4 or 5 days and not pick something up. But I've made the choice to open up that book. No, but like my cat's not standing over me with a machete saying you must read. Like, it's just the threat's just not there. No one is putting Diana in the car unwillingly and putting a bag over her head and making her dance extra dance classes. She chooses to do this.
Don't give them the idea. They might do that. They might kidnap me. Don't give them ideas.
Don't give them ideas. So I'm like,
they might just.
Now, I absolutely admit that we should be allowed to change the project if we're working on something that's very large, but we know the upcoming week is like you're traveling. You shouldn't be forced to work on a sweater that week or a giant complex shawl. Like, you should be able to put that down and pick up a sock whip or something, right? Something that you can take with you when you go. So like, I want that flexibility in there, because sometimes you and I we're busy. We're adults. We do a lot of stuff.
Knitting Purple's asking, are you allowing a sickness pass?
Yes, but that's because you don't get to choose that. That's
yeah, I figure it's if you're just out cold for the better part of a week.
Part of the week, it's a hall pass. It's to prevent us from going, oh, I should work on that project, but I'm going to play an extra round of board games, or go to dance, or pick up a Warhammer game or two, or read a dark book, or discover an entire new cuisine baking style, or start 6 projects. It's to prevent those excuses from happening.
It's if we fall over, focus the hobbies.
just to help clear out the whips so that we can do some of the stuff that we want to do that we keep putting off, because Diana is starting to feel overwhelmed with the number of whips that she has. And I'm looking to downsize into a 1-bedroom apartment next year. So I need to become more conscious of the space that I am using. So it's serving a really good purpose. Now, I like the do or it goes. I love that hard line, because I know us. I know me. And I know that lady through the screen. We will put things off forever.
Forever.
We will tuck them into corners. We will put bags in front of it so we don't notice it.
We'll put them in safe places.
We will avoid like the plague.
We'll avoid it better than the plague, honestly.
I know. I have 3 skirts that require the hemming on the bottom of the skirt to be done. And they have been in this state for 4 months, and I have successfully avoided hemming my skirts. I have not been sick for 4 months. I've been sick for 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're good at it. I know we're good at this. So I was like, I love the idea, but I need to have consequences for my actions. I need to have consequences for my actions. And I've signed on for a consequence to my action. It means I'm going to be very precise at my progress choices, depending on what I've got upcoming in the week. If it's just a bog standard week, I would like to see 2 to 4 inches of progress on all garments and shawls. More progress on accessory. Less progress if it's a cable or a lace pattern. Mostly because cables and laces take
number
long.
of repeats, unless it's just
That's
like
a
an
good way of
all-over
doing
texture or something. If it's a basic
That's a good
texture,
idea.
we can go by inches. But if it's like, I don't know, I'm thinking I might hang on to the sparkly shawl for a week, and in which case I'll go by number of repeats.
Which makes sense because a Stephen West is either a metric boatload of stitches or a technique, which requires a bit more thought. Sometimes both.
Sometimes both.
So like, I liked that idea. We need to give her a name.
Yeah,
that way everybody can watch
Project
us.
Challenge is not very catchy.
That is not hashtagable. I don't get excited in the morning and go, oh, I'm going to work on my monogamous project today. No, absolutely. The goal is to free up some. I want to have fewer whips to talk about at the end of the year, and December's next month.
Oh goodness, yes it is. Yeah, I still harbor this goal of being down to like 5 or 6 whips, but like I'll settle for under 10.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the best way to do it is to give us harsh. Honestly, wanted that project, would have finished it. We can finish things. Are we still
going to let people vote on things?
I like the idea of voting for a bog standard week. So, like, you're not traveling, I'm not traveling. We don't have any massive deadlines in the works. Does that make sense? So, like, the week of December 21st,
our weekend-long project challenge
like,
next weekend.
Like that's a week where I'm going to pick a project because I know I'm losing 3 days. But where do we put the votes? Do we put them on polls on Instagram so they can be voted?
Sorry, we lost the end of that sentence. Polls on Instagram.
So that we have the results from the polls for when we record, because we record before Wednesday. So if we're picking up votes from people, we're going to have to do it in advance, making the switch for the week. So there's some discussion that needs to happen, which is why I'm excited we're doing this for a live. Also, yeah, we got a legworm on the 8th, 9th, and 10th of this month. I swear to God, I will get that bonus content. I'm able to think. Today might be the day.
So yeah, we got the craft off, different craft off. We have a crafting challenge, a weekend-long crafting challenge, with details coming out shortly.
Guys, we've challenged each other to see how many legworm we can do in a week. We even assigned a points value.
But I suppose for today we could just do a couple polls in the chat here.
Today, like for the lives and in December, we can just do it during the lives. The only trick will be this month we might end up picking the projects week to week till we figure out how we want to do voting for that for January.
Yeah.
And then in December we can get everybody's. Because like I know the week of the 21st of December, I'm going to pick a project because it's a holiday week for me. And I have family in town. So like I already know I've got extra stuff going on. Where Diana might pick the week after because she'll have traveled. And then not be near her knitting, right?
Yeah.
We have some title suggestions from Mysterious Mr. B. Progress or Perish.
Ooh, okay.
Then he went off on a little bit of rant about God mode on video games.
Okay.
Then he went pun related. Unraveling.
Mm.
Then he asked if it was a head-to-head. I'm like, we both knit at different speeds. Oh my god, he's just gone off the walls here. Hang on. I'm pulling up the good ones. This is what happens. Brainstorms after 6 o'clock at night. Slip the stitches. So much for that. Unraveling plans. I like that, but for something else. So far, my favorite is Progress or Perish.
Me too. I'm liking Progress or Perish.
He also sent me, he's like, oh, be kind, rewind. I'm like, no, I'm not a blockbuster.
I was trying to
whip
find
it.
Whip it?
Whip it or rip it.
Ooh.
Okay, like we got there. It took us both a while. Again, I was still pretty chicken brain yesterday. Do or undo. Then he made fun of Diana. Diana restarts another project. I was like, that's mean. I mean, it's not inaccurate because he also made fun of me. He's like, look, Jocelyn cast it on again. Ah, jeez. Those are the best of the ones we did yesterday.
Well, I'm liking either Progress or Perish or Whip it or Rip it.
Those are my two favorites as well. Those were my top two. Actually, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I was a blockbuster, Be Kind Rewind would work, but I'm not a video rental store, so it's not going to work. Also, who in the world outside of people who love to remember what VHSs are going to even know what Be Kind Rewind means?
I mean, I think our demographic knows what that means.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. Remember when TVs used to come with VHSs attached to them?
I don't think I ever saw that. VCRs were always a separate thing.
My grandma bought me one as a housewarming so that I could have a small TV with VHS attached in my bedroom. So I didn't have to go watch movies in the living room. That was 2002.
That's a pretty cool thing to have for 2002.
So good. I like Whip it or Rip it or Progress or Perish. I do like that. I'm going to be absolutely myself. Like, I've got so many things that sit around that I do not work on, and then I feel like I should be working on them, and then I get stuck because should I be working on the things I should be working on, or should I work on the things I actually want?
Mm-hmm.
So I think bringing things up to the chopping block.
An achievable goal in a week, like something that's achievable in ideally less than a week, so that you can then go and work on other stuff.
Yeah, because
like, force us to break it down into smaller pieces.
Yeah, because it's like if I do a whole clue of Stephen West, that's all I've done for a week. I can do it. I don't enjoy it terribly much. But if I set my goal,
Whip it or Rip it.
It looks like that might be our winner. If I do like half a clue, I still have time to work. Which means on the days when I don't want to think that hard or I want to work on something else, feed that need. And I can feel like it's okay to put it down for a day or two if that's not what I want. There's also like, do I want to take a worsted weight sweater with Games Workshop when I'm playing with the guys? I don't. That's too big of a travel project. But if I know that I'm working on my sweater, that if I get the progress done during the week, on the weekend I can work a sock or a finger project, something that fits in my purse a lot better. Like I like that flexibility to it. But I am going to be mean. I'm not giving myself any second chance. Once I've agreed to whatever it is project, if I don't make that goal, that project gets ripped. Because I obviously don't want to. No matter what I tell myself, I don't want to. Because if I did, I would have done it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be mean. And I'm gonna vary the length depending on, like, if I'm working on the Fiddly Bits cowl, it's gonna be 2 inches of progress in a week. Because there's 96 stitches in the round. I'm making a stockinette 2 at 96 stitches in the round. I can do more than 2 inches a week. I
So
could
it
do
looks
2
like
inches of progress in a week if that's the only thing I worked on when I went to the bathroom. It turns into my reading at the bathroom. Like guys walk to the bathroom with like the newspaper stuff, and you're like, what are you doing?
sounds like whip it or rip it is the winner.
Whip it or rip it. Okay, we
Whip it
like
or
that.
rip it. That's what we're going with. That's our new
That's
thing.
what we're
Whip it or
going
rip it.
I like
Hashtag
that, and
whip
it's
it or rip it.
hashtagable. It's
Yeah, it is.
hashtagable. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I want to free up needles. I want to cast on some more space in what is going to become a 1-bedroom apartment. Can't afford to have 30 plus whips. I just don't have the room.
Right?
Just don't have the. And it's something we can check in every week. So it's also content that we don't have to
Perfect.
hide. So this is great. Which only really leaves one thing left to decide. What's going to be the first project on the chopping block?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have 2
Yeah.
things
Okay.
that I could get people to vote on.
Absolutely. I
Because
love voting.
I've been enjoying working on the sparkly twists and turns.
Mm-hmm.
So I could say I have 1 repeat left to finish Clue 1.
Okay. And you wanted to do by repeats, right?
Yeah. I have not looked at Clue 2 at all, so I don't know what a good goal is. So I'm going to say get into Clue 2. Ideally a repeat, but if the repeats finish the 1 repeat of this and do 1 repeat of Clue 2, but I don't know what Clue 2 is because I haven't looked, so if it's an insanely big repeat, then maybe not.
Okay, well, hey, hang a post-it note on that for a hot second, and while I'm talking about my 2 projects, you can go check.
This is true.
Yeah.
I can.
What's our other option for the week?
Oh, my other option is
Is it bad that I kind of wanted both of us to fail it, to watch each other literally pull the stream? No take backsies. Oh.
I was gonna say a spinning project, but I guess I can't really rip a spinning project, can I?
Not so much, no.
I have to reconsider this.
Okay. That just added a whole level of drama. Someone on the internet remind me, Mr. B, that whip it or rip it one. He's gonna want to know which of his things. I use that boy's brain to make titles for things so much. I don't even know, what do I want to do? Oh my god.
I know. I need to consult my whip bin.
Pull out some whips. Oh my god, she has whips in multiple corners. I mean, I have whips all over my apartment. So this is not a shock. Not a surprise.
Ooh, I haven't finished that.
My face.
These are actually
I'm not going to let myself count.
Oh, okay.
Any monthly challenges.
This is good.
I'm not going to let myself count any challenges from the Fiber Friends or Louise I take on. I'm going to treat those as separate. This is strictly going to be for my sits in a bag for too long works in progress. You know?
Hang on. Keep talking.
You know?
Looking for things.
Keep talking. I don't know where my needle gauge is. I'm so afraid to start stuff because I don't know if I've got. Oh, I know what I could do.
Now?
Where did I put it?
I'm so well prepared for this. These are things I haven't started yet, so I don't want to. The point was to finish.
You have a pile of things you haven't started? Holy
do.
Schnickerdoodles, woman.
I have a small pile of things I swatched for and haven't actually started. There we go. I got the whip bin. We've got. I think this is the librarian.
Oh my god, that's a good option.
That's a good option.
That's an excellent option.
Librarian.
Okay, so, now you should commit to the librarian because you know what you're doing in the pattern because you've worked the body up, right? Or are you just working on the sleeves? Where are we at progress-wise?
I started the sleeves.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say
a sleeve is a smaller circumference, so I think you might want to commit to more. Like if you're doing the body, fewer repeats.
But I'm doing
fewer
2
repeats.
at a time sleeves.
Okay, so then you could still stay to the fewer repeats because you're doing both at the same time.
Let's say, and a repeat of this pattern is 16 rows. So let's say I'm conveniently beginning of the repeat too. So let's say 2 repeats, which should be 32 rows.
That is 16 plus 16, I believe, yes.
So, okay, 2 repeats
Math
on the
holds
sleeves
out
of the
in my brain.
You got 2
Okay.
repeats on the sleeves of the librarian, or
Indeterminate amount of repeat for the
indeterminate
Steven
amount of
West.
repeats of Clue 2 of the Twists and Turns shawl, because I haven't pulled up the pattern to look at it yet.
So, which
but
is great.
Into
And
Clue
while everybody,
2, ideally 1 repeat, assuming it's not insane.
You look up your repeats, and I'm gonna throw out an idea. I'm actually throw out 2 ideas because I'm crazy like that. I need to work on my fall equinox cast on. It's not even swatched, people. So option 1 is a minimum. It's a fingering weight yarn, but it's like it's 20 stitches over 4 inches. So I either get 2 to 4 inches of
I'm gonna throw up a poll while you're talking.
Absolutely. 2 to 4 inches of work being done on the Witchling sweater by Tristan of Dragon Horde Designs, because it's top down and all the color works at the bottom. So I'm just doing neckline increases to start with. So there's nothing complicated going on there. So 2 to 4 inches of progress in that, or 2 to 4 inches of progress on my Elsa jumper, which has 2 finished sleeves and a finished body. So I'm at attach the sleeves and finish and start the yoke decreases. I'm saying 2 inches because I have to double check counts, and we've all seen me do this once and bomb pretty badly. Because sometimes I can't count. It's fine. So I want a little bit of extra fiddle wiggle room to make sure that the sleeves go on correctly for the sweater. And I think I may have 1 more body repeat to do in decreases before I connect. So I'm going to go 2 to 4 inches because both projects are basic stockinette. One's worsted, one's fingering. One is the start of the Witchling, which it needs to happen. It's my fall equinox cast on. Or I need to admit that that's not going to work as a cast on and it doesn't get done. Or I do the Elsa jumper, noting that if I bomb, I'm ripping a sweater that's 2/3 done. There is no take back seas this week. I am on the mend. I have no large amount of plans. And next weekend is the weekend we do the leg course. Right? Yes.
Yes.
So I have today through Thursday to get 2 to 4 inches done on one of 2 projects. Oh no, Diana froze, or I froze, or Diana was reading.
Nope. I was just reading. I'm trying to figure out why I can't apparently find this one pattern that I'm so certain I've downloaded that apparently I have not. So pardon me a moment.
You're doing great.
I'm doing great. I was so certain I had downloaded this pattern.
Do you want to buy Planet Crafter?
I was supposed to check that.
I really want to go terraform planets. It's not a cheap game, but I don't think I care. I want to run around with looking for iridium bars and stockpiling things and worrying about my oxygen and food consumption while we terraform a planet.
There we go. Full pattern. Here we go. That's
what I want to do. I also want Subnautica. Now that I've watched a couple people play it, I really freaking Subnautica. And I'm already talking about things that are going to distract me.
Ages.
It's on sale right now. It's less than $20. And I don't think it's ever going to be a cheap game because it's so freaking cool. But I mean, I also want Dwarf Fortress, and it's on sale right now, but it's still $35. But I mean, Dwarf Fortress really isn't going to go on super sale ever because it's a really freaking good game. So, life, people. But yeah, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Either chat's going to let me start something, or they're going to make me finish that Elsa jumper. And if I don't do it, I have to rip 2/3 of a sweater. I'm hitting big out of the park first time out.
Goodness. Okay.
It would free up needles.
Begins with picking up stitches from an I-cord bind off.
Okay.
But then it involves garter stitch.
That's not too bad. Actually, garter stitch is quite easy.
Yeah. So there's an I-cord bind off, and then a picking up from the
But
I-cord bind off.
You've got the tool now.
I do have the tool. I'm very excited to use the tool.
You have the tool, so that makes that a bit easier. Guys, I gotta give up on the bubbles. I have to go to the throat lounge. Oh, that one hurt. Okay, I want to smell like honey lemon now. And I'm sucking on a hard candy on a podcast. I'm sure that's gonna make my sound even better.
Anyway, yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, I think if you get through your your bind off, your pickup, and your garter, that's plenty because you've got that tool. And my God, that tool made things so fast.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any performances. You don't have travel this week.
Not this
but
week.
Your Friday, Saturday, Sunday is for the leg warmer challenge. So that gives you Monday through Thursday. And it's just your regular 2 dance classes?
3 including tonight.
3 including tonight. So that's not unreasonable.
That's not unreasonable.
And it leaves your weekend to do your leg warmers. So we still have content to talk about next week. So people aren't like, oh my God, it's just the project.
Yeah.
Which, fair. It's boring.
Yeah. And then I'm traveling the week immediately after we do the leg warmers. So I'm going to have to pick something very simple to bring.
Yeah. Which I think is totally fair.
It might just be bring a sock and I'll see
what I would like to know
this week.
Is why haven't you talked to your sibling? Because it's Nano Slimo.
I have. I sent a message and I have not received sweater measurements or colors or fiber type. So
you inform your sibling. I am disappointed. I require you to have chest measurements and a type post haste. I need to know what these sweaters look like when they're finished. No dilly-dallying. Jocelyn requires these dopey cute photos. Get on that. Can you just imagine your brother rolling his eyeballs? Of course, Jocelyn, the dopey photos. I think your brother knows me well enough.
Alright, I'm going to end this poll in just a minute. So if you haven't voted yet, go ahead and vote, because we're currently sitting at everybody wants me to work on the librarian sleeves.
I mean, I'm voting librarian because I really want you to finish that before.
Fair. Okay, so that's an additional vote for librarian. But I'll give it one more minute. Vote if you haven't.
Don't get me wrong.
And then I'm going to end that poll.
I love the sparkle shawl, and I do also want the sparkle shawl. I just kind of want the librarian more right now. I'm also like, then you have a cute sweater to bring home Christmas time, family photo. Like, that's where my brain's going with that.
Be very cute.
And there's no way you don't have family photos.
It'll be so cute with the pants I'm wearing right now. I got these high-waisted, very wide leg pants for dancing in, and they're like athletic pant material, but they're wide and stretchy, and they're just so comfy, but they also they kind of look like a skirt if I'm just standing straight. Anyway, they look really good.
Gojo pants. Yeah, I love those pants. I love those pants. It's so good. Oh my God, so good. They look so classy, but they're yoga pants.
Good with a cropped long sleeve sweater.
And then you're like super comfy. They're super comfy. Where did you get them? I might need a pair.
The internet.
That is actually what.
They're
yeah, there's exactly what I'm thinking they are. Oh my God.
And they're stretchy. And they've got pockets.
Those are. I don't really care about pockets. I like those.
Not that I have anything in the pockets while dancing, of course.
Well, no, but I'm thinking for floating around the house. So I replaced some of my sleep shirts with new sleep shirts, and I didn't want to make new sleep shirts. I wanted a reason to wear graphic printed t-shirts, which I'm not comfortable doing inside the house. So I got 3 amazing graphic printed t-shirts from T-Turtle at Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. Again, hearts and love out to Mr. B, because he wanted 1 shirt and I couldn't get down to 2 shirts, which fit my budget range. So he went in and he got 2 shirts so that I could get 3 shirts. The deal was buy 4, get 1 free. So he picked an extra shirt so that I could not have to go down to 2 choices. He's like, we'll be here forever. I'm like, we'll need dice, let's be honest, sir. Right, and we couldn't help it. We kept playing with the octopus toy. I should grab my octopus can show you Instagram. But it's an octopus
All right.
stuffy, and he's happy on one side, and then you flip him inside out, and he's pissed.
I want one of those so bad.
I was just playing with it because it was on the table. And Ben was double checking up shirt sizes were fetched for the right people. And I was like, happy, hungry. And Ben's like, and we need the octopus. And I'm like, yes. The guy was like, it's my last octopus. We'll sell it to you half price. He's like, she's getting too much enjoyment out of this. I'm like, I really am.
I really want one of those octopuses. They're so cute.
I still do. I walk past it right now, and I'm like, so I
will be doing 2 repeats on the sleeves for the librarian this week. Or I will be ripping a half-finished sweater.
Uh-huh. Yeah, cool. Let that
so I'm working on this when we're done. That sounds so much scarier now that I've said it out loud. 2 repeats on the sleeves or a frog a sweater by Friday when we record. Ha!
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was going to talk to you about that on Sunday when we're done the leg warmer challenge.
Yes.
Or Monday, split it up. Because I don't know, because you dance on Sundays, but you don't dance on Mondays anymore, right?
No. But I'm traveling on the 11th.
That's right. Can you skip dance on Sunday so we can record on Sunday instead of recording before we do the leg warmer challenge? Then that way we have at least 2 things to talk about each.
Not really. It's the routine and it's very in depth. I could record after the routine practices. No, wait, what's 7.
Sunday? Do you know what? We could do it 7 your time is 8 my time, right?
6 your time.
I could do after. I'm going to make a note in my phone to take a nap on Sunday.
Yeah. Make it to 1:30. So that I have time to get home and drink water.
No, I'm thinking it's more like because I get tired around 2:00 in the afternoon. I usually get do something if I don't want to take a nap that day. But if I opt to take the nap instead, I'm not as tired as quickly in the evenings. Still have because I obviously recharged my batteries in the middle of the day, right? So long as I remember to take a nap, then we're fine. We can record after dance. That's totally fine. Whenever you're home and you've hydrated and gone like, oh, I'm done dance.
What are your whippet or rippets? I'll start the poll for you.
Oh, absolutely. It is the Elsa jumper or the witchling sweater. And they're both 2 to 4 inches. 2 is the absolute bare minimum. 4 is the goal.
Sorry, Elsa jumper, or what was the other one?
The witchling. I think I would have gone harder on the goals, but I'm still not 100%. So for another day or 2 and behind. So I'm accommodating for potential relapse of chicken brain. Does that make sense? Also, I need to find my Elsa jumper. I don't know. But since it's 2/3 of a worsted weight sweater for my body, like it's not in a small bag. It's a beefy bag. I just get off my lazy keister. And instead of practicing idleness for balance, actually get stuff done. I have a new book to listen to, so because I have Spotify Prime, so I get audiobooks. I get chunks of audiobooks every month, which is a great way to do nonfiction books because you can't binge a nonfiction book. You have to be able to process the information they're telling you.
Oh yeah, I'm listening to a book for work right now with that. It's
dense. You can't do the whole thing. You got to do it in chunks. So I'm going to listen to The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. And it's about social engineering. So, like, super fascinated.
Let me know how that is. I might read that next.
Yeah. That was his first one, and he just released The Revenge of the Tipping Point, which is the look on the darker side of social engineering. And he was obviously on CBC this week, which is why I know about it. And he was such a delight to listen to. Like, I started following his podcast, and I went and I picked Spotify to listen to in chunks. Because I'm like, your brain functions in fascinating ways, and I need more of your brain in my life just to see where it goes, right? Like, just see where it goes. So that's fine. I also, did you know Dave Hansen, like the famous Winnipeg garden dude on the radio? Your
It's
mom
on
would know him.
Blinkist. I can listen to it on Blinkist. I can listen to this the summary version. Okay, perfect.
I gotta check out Blinkist. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know that it counts as reading the book, but it's a
I mean,
lot
great
of the
for
problems,
synopsis.
The problem I have with a lot of the like nonfiction self-helpy kind of books is it's like there's good stuff in there, but there's so much anecdotal fluff to like drive the point home, so it's not like completely useless, but like it just, what Blinkist does, it takes out all of the fluff and just gives you the points.
See, and I keep thinking that might be great to like dip my toe into like economics and nuclear fission, like some concepts where I'm like, I want to know more. I'm just not sure I would be able to pay attention long enough to get through the weeds to the facts. So like maybe Blinkist would help in that regard.
Yeah, so it'll take like your like 200-page book, whatever, and condense it down to like 20 or 30 minutes of listening.
I might have to try Blinkist and give it a go. Because like I want to learn more about nuclear as energy sources. I absolutely want to know more about food economics. I absolutely want to do a little more social engineering stuff. Like CBC takes me to wild and wonderful places. And I don't think they're perfect, and I absolutely think that they shouldn't get as much money as they do from the government of Canada. I do see their value, if that makes sense. That makes sense. And there's also some topics where I'm like, I want that smattering, that jack of all trades knowledge. I just want to have like a general synopsis for what it is you're talking about, but I don't necessarily want to invest the 120 hours of work to have a solid foundation in it.
Yeah, more of a general interest kind of a thing.
Yeah, and I hate self-help books for all the fluff. I want the data. Care about
and yeah, that's what Blinkist does. It basically takes a book and turns it into a podcast.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Anyway,
they're very addictive.
I think it's because it was CBC when I was listening to the Malcolm Gladwell for The Tipping Point. And it's because he started talking about how he made a 4-part podcast on what was wrong with the ending of The Little Mermaid. Not even the whole movie, just one aspect.
Just the ending? As in the Disney movie, or like the original fairy tale?
The Disney movie. It's like, I'm sorry, if this man can fascinatedly tell me a story about The Little Mermaid from a social engineering point of view, and the whole story starts off because he's got a friend who's a contract lawyer who got mad because her daughter wanted to watch The Little Mermaid. And they got to the point where Ursula makes the contract with Ariel, and she just lost everything, got so livid. Because that is not how contract law works. And I'm like, then how does contract law work? Now I want to know. So now I feel like I got to listen to learn these things. Because she's not wrong. If that is not how contract law works, that's not how contract law works. I read Year Zero, which is fiction, but still a delightful romp through the concept of content copyright laws. Did I tell you about Year Zero? I must have waxed poetically about the book Year Zero.
What was that one about?
For decades, Earth has been sending out music in radio wave format, old television shows. So what happens is we discover that there is life in the universe because we've bankrupted it by copyright infringement laws. So the universe shows up, and first human contact with an alien is a copyright lawyer who has to wade through the garbage of copyright laws because the aliens owe us a lot of money. I'm like, of course we bankrupt the universe because we send out all this stuff, but hey, well, no, wait, you didn't pay us for this stuff we gave you for free. Sounds legit.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Jude says, I'm going to a social engineering presentation later this month. Looking forward to it.
I'm so fascinated by the whole concept. And it's not a concept I have any knowledge of whatsoever. So I'm like, I wanna have enough brain to do it. Too hot to handle is almost too much for me still. It's not a particularly complex storyline in reality television. It's not hard to follow. Oh, yes, my chest's a lot better.
I kind of believe it.
Because you didn't hear me before.
A minute or so left on your poll, but so far Elsa Jumper is in the lead.
Ooh, we're going big. Out of the
Gonna have to
gate?
go find it.
What? I think it's behind me in one of the piles. I don't recall it being in the living room. Odds are pretty good it's behind me in one of the piles, or it's on top of the Tupperware Toad of Doom with all my other scrap yarn. Because, like, don't forget, like, I still have Advent craft. Advent.
Oh yeah.
In the mail
Yeah,
before
me
the end
too.
of this month. I mean, thankfully, Tracy, your Advent calendar's here. Dropped it off today. She felt I needed banana chocolate chip loaf, so she made a banana bread chocolate chip loaf, and she brought over some slices for me. I mean, she's not
Excellent.
wrong. I absolutely needed banana bread with chocolate chips. we were at that stage.
Oh yeah.
Bought bologna, so I could have bologna sandwiches, and I got root beer and I got Coke Zero so that I could have Coke and root beer floats, because that's where I'm at right now. I'm 12 and I want my comfort and my mommy. My poor mom. So good. Am I doing the Elsa jumper?
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this poll here. Yeah, it looks like overwhelmingly, not ubiquitously, but overwhelmingly, let's end this.
I'll take it overwhelmingly.
You are doing the Elsa jumper. 2 to 4 inches on the Elsa jumper.
2 to 4 inches, and I do not currently have my body attached. So I will stick a progress keeper in the body, and that is what we will use as our marker. You gotta put your progress keeper in, because you gotta be able to progress, babe.
Well, I just finished the cuffs, so everything above the cuff
is progress. Yep. Okay, you're good this time out. Okay, in which case, I can stop talking because it's all. Oh no, people! She needs a word for the Patreon ad.
I need a word for the unscripted Patreon ad.
You totally need a word for the unscripted Patreon ad.
I need random words to work into the unscripted Patreon ad.
I'm going to text the mysterious Mr. B. We're going to let him whip it or rip it has won.
Excellent.
Because I know he will like to know that his suggestion took first place. The internet has spoken.
Scrunch.
And whip it or rip it is our title.
I have the word cheesecake. I'm gonna work cheesecake.
That's an interesting choice. I like what the internet's doing to you. I like what the internet's doing to you.
Oh.
Did you check out Widget?
Widget. Which one was that? Oh, that was the thing that was. Oh my god, I know I didn't look at any of the things that we talked about yesterday. I'm sorry.
Cool beans. Well, when we're done this podcast, I will not let you go till you go look at the things.
Yes.
I can do that for you.
And Vex. Okay, Vex and cheesecake.
And Vex and cheesecake, like as in vexation or vexalia?
It's capitalized, so it might be Vexalia.
It might be Vexalia.
I'm gonna go with either one counts.
What is going? Okay. I'm gonna look at my yarn in confusion. You do your thing.
Okay. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you can do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we talk about all manner of things. We have a food channel wherein you might post a cheesecake recipe. We also, there's enough nerds in there that we have a Critical Role channel. Perhaps we might talk about Vexalia, or the vexing ad that Sam has come up with for the week.
Oh god. That man and his ads.
Oh, Jude points out we craft with tasty snacks. Yeah, we could just have cheesecake while we're crafting.
Yes, we could. I make a very good cashew-based cheesecake. I should make it for Diana one day.
It was actually all right.
I quite like the cashew. You have to be patient to make sure the cashews are blended well, but if you do, so good. Which only makes sense if you guys remember I don't like cheese.
Still think that's weird, but sure.
That's fine.
A lot of people think I'm
I
weird
didn't
for
grow
like
up
not
with
liking
it.
shrimp and stuff. So
Shrimp can be weird. I get that.
it's a texture thing. I also don't like citrus fruit. It's a texture thing.
That's fine. I'll drink orange juice, but I won't eat oranges.
Yeah. And then
I
people try to
getcha.
give me oranges at Christmas, like the little Christmas oranges, and I'm like, thanks, I guess.
Nope.
Does your
Mm-mm.
husband have a
My
Christmas
family.
orange?
My family knows better. Now we're
It's
talking
fine.
chocolate orange.
Oh, chocolate oranges. I'll eat all the chocolate
Done.
oranges.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I can't because they've got corn in them, so I get the Lindens. Lindor? No, Lindens.
So it's just the Lindt? L-I-N-D-E-T?
Yeah, the Lindt, and it's the chocolate bars in the white boxes.
Yeah, those ones.
Yeah. The intense orange is corn-free, and it's got the chocolate orange flavor.
Perfect.
With the benefit of it being a dark chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah,
the Terry's dark chocolate orange is superior to the regular chocolate orange.
Abso-freaking-lutely. But really, I would rather get 3 of those extreme chocolate or extreme orange Lindt. Is it Lindt? Is it Lindt? I can't pronounce it.
I don't remember.
The chocolate bars in the white boxes than one of the dark chocolate Terry's, and they're like $8 or something stupid for the chocolate cherry or the orange shaped ones. Or I can get like
they're
3 for
needlessly
11.
expensive, but there's something, I don't know, there's something fun about the tactile nature of having to peel the orange slices apart.
I'm not saying it's not fun, I just can't justify the cost.
It's fair. I get them once a year. I figure it's a good treat.
It is a good treat. I'm knitting on a sock. I'm sorry, I interrupted your Patreon ad.
No, I was done the Patreon ad.
We're done.
I think
we're good.
Yeah, we're good. I said the words.
Say Feeny. As always, we super understand budgets. Oh my god, they're a real life thing. If you can financially support, as always, liking, subscribing, and interacting with us here on YouTube, as well as other platforms, is a great way to help us grow the community and share with us what you're working on. I am so shocked my voice has held out this good for this long. We're going to muck with Diana because this has been a muck with Diana kind of day. And Diana, we're changing the outro. I've been telling people it's an episode of change. Instead of don't forget to knit, we're going to say don't forget to craft. One word. We're changing makes sense. One word.
I don't know, that might break everything. We changed one move in the routine on Friday, and it just broke everything for me. So, I don't know, I might explode. Also, Asa's disagreeing and thinks chocolate and orange don't belong together and is clearly incorrect. Although in the same camp as Mr. Diana.
That's fine. I mean, my mom's also in that camp. She is a mint chocolate purist. It must be chocolate or mint and chocolate. But everybody's tastes are personal. Also good. I like mint chocolate. I like orange chocolate. I like raspberry chocolate. I like dark 70 to 80% cacao chocolate, which is like not everyone's cup of tea. But I draw the line at fruit-filled chocolate. I will do dried fruit. I will do nuts. I'll do sea salt. I will try all sorts of chocolates. I've done.
Not big on the salt.
It has to be the right type of sea salt. Peanut butter and chocolate, no problem. I think those go together great. But I will not do fruit chocolate.
Fruit-flavored chocolate, but not the fruit in the chocolate.
The fruit in the chocolate. This is a very specific thing. Liquor chocolate, not me. My sister loves the cherries in the chocolate, where you get the round chocolate, but it's got the cherry in the middle.
A lot of people do, and I don't get it. I'm also just not big on cherries in general.
Don't like it.
Okay, they're growing on me.
I like cherries in very specific situations, and it usually involves sugar. Like I did crystallized cherry candy last year at Christmas. Or cranberries. So you take the cranberries, you wash them, and then you basically give them a hard sugar glaze on top.
Okay.
And then when you eat them, you get the crackle from the sugar glaze and the cranberry tart.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like the maraschino cherries that they garnish drinks with, like those are all right.
Those are right. And those maraschino cherries go into the cherry surprises that happen at Christmas around this house. So,
Okay.
but like the cherry surprises are also shredded coconut and sweetened condensed milk with around the cherry.
So
I couldn't
chocolate
tell
and
you.
sugar and just
Sugar.
sugar.
Sugar, and then just a bit of tart from cherry. Like that's what I like. Now my sister likes the cherries, chocolates, and the liquor filled cherry chocolate. So my poor dad gets confused. He's got 3 women in his life, and not a single one of us like the same type of chocolate. The poor dude. And I have to be the worst because we'll go into stores and I'll be like, "Oh, that's the ethically sourced, locally grown single batch chocolate that has no flavoring in it." But because the cacao beans are all from this 100 square foot space, they actually have a flavor to them. Like it's like fine wine, but chocolate.
Yeah.
And like, and
We
that
have
little
a local
6-pack
chocolate
square,
place that
which is
makes
like,
chocolate out of a different kind of cocoa bean.
yeah.
So it comes out sort of a caramelly color with sort of a caramelly flavor.
Yeah.
And it's still chocolate.
It's
just a different kind. And it's so good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But
sort of like a caramel
you pay
coffee
for those.
flavor.
Oh, you pay for those.
Oh, yeah. They're expensive, but they're so good.
Very expensive. So good.
And most of them are corn-free, so those are coming for Christmas.
I blame one of my ex-boyfriends. He worked at Vita Health as a grocery manager. When we started dating, he started ordering things in network order.
Perfect.
This man spoiled me for a lot of things, like ambrosia apples. I have to freaking buy organic ambrosia apples. I don't like the non-organic ambrosia apples. Stupid.
Oh.
I complain every time when I take a photo when I'm in Vita Health now, and I'm like, "This is all your fault." He's like, "Yes, it is." He's like, "I'd feel bad, but I don't."
Also, on board
also,
with
can
the
you
salt
check
and
if
chocolate, the liquor and
salt
chocolate,
and
and marzipan and chocolate. Also,
marzipan and chocolate's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Marzipan and chocolate's good.
I think specifically like European marzipan and chocolate though, because I think I've had like North American attempts at marzipan and it's not good.
It's not good over
Somehow.
here. I don't know what they do in Europe. It's different, but the stuff that comes here is
the
not
North American
tasty.
marzipan's subpar.
Bad. Just
European
not good.
marzipan is good.
So good. So good. I mean, I source my marzipan from Europe, so I'm essentially eating European marzipan. So there's that. All right.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Let's do an outro. I'm going to say, until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to craft.
Yep, nearly broke me.
All right. So good.
We're done. Okay, bye.